A's lost again in a pretty embarrassing fashion, once again to the White Sox. Third game of this 4-game series. White Sox 20 hits in today's game, 20, and they scored 10 runs, winning this game 10-2. This game kind of reminded me of the first game of the series. Final score in that game is 14-2, so not too far off. This is the A's 90th loss of the year. So, they're pretty much guarantees they're not going to win more than 70 games, probably. The A's lose this one very badly. Adrian Martinez on the mound. He, did pretty good in his last start, but he allowed 7 runs and 14 hits, which is very bad. The A's bullpen was okay until Domingo Tapia came in and allowed 3 more. So the White Sox ended up winning this 10-2. So White Sox are just steamrolling us, and it's, they got to feel good. They're, trying to win their division. Yasmani Grandal got an RBI single in the top of the second inning, and that made it 1-0 White Sox, first run of the game. Elvis Andrus, my God, the guy against his former team is raking right now. He's, since being, joined the White Sox, he's hitting great. He got a 3-run homer, his 13th of the year in the top of the second to left center field. That made it 4-0 Shy Sox. And, the Sox were just destroying us at that point. I mean, Andrus has been crazy. Adrian Martinez was also hit by a line drive, and it did result in an out, but, we just want to make sure he's okay. Obviously, he was in some pain on the field. Eloy Jimenez got a sac fly. Martinez was back in the game, so he was fine, and that made it 5-0. Then 7-0 after Andrew Vaughn got a 2-run double, top of the 4th inning. Obviously, he had a big hit yesterday, and so 7-0 White Sox. The A's got on the board, bases loaded. Stephen Vogt got a sac fly with 1 out, and so that made it 7-1. And then Laureano scored Vogt up once again on an error, and so Vogt, another RBI for him, and 7-2 at that point. That was the end of the A's scoring. And then Domingo Tapia came in the 7th, 9-2. Eloy Jimenez gets a 2-run single, and the White Sox are just absolutely feasting. Yasmani Grandal got a sac fly in the 8th, and that made it 10-2. Laureano lost the ball in the transfer, and that allowed the run to score. And so 10-2. Jose Ruiz gets the save for the Chicago White Sox, and the Southsiders win the series and the game. They tallied at least 20 hits twice in the 3-game span for the first time since 1974. And so that's really crazy that they're just, against us, hit so well. Their pitching was pretty good as well. I mean, to think that Lance Lynn came in, didn't allow any runs, just 3 hits in 6 innings, 5 strikeouts for the guy. Diekman faced his former team. He got 2 strikeouts for Jose Ruiz in the save. The White Sox, it just goes to show their pitching and hitting in this series. I mean, really good. For them, a team trying to make a playoff push, they're, 1.5 games behind the Guardians. And also, they have to think the wild card isn't super probable for them considering how bad their division is. I mean, they don't have a great record, but they're still, in contention for their division. So it just goes to show that, despite that, the, White Sox needed to win. And, they're got to give them credit. They're playing good against the A's. And, I mean, that's not saying much, but last game was a very clear example of never give up for the White Sox. And, they're just figuring out how to beat us. And so, today it was just tack-on runs on Adrian Martinez. Martinez clearly wasn't prepared. He had a good start last game, of course. He's been up and down. I wish he could play more consistently, but 7 earned runs just isn't going to cut it, in my opinion. So the A's lose 10-2 to the White Sox, and the Southsiders take the series. There'll be one more game tomorrow. Not feeling super hopeful about it, though, because, we know what happened the whole way through this series. So, anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on this game. Very negative game. The A's have lost 5 in a row now. I'll see you guys later, and go A's.